Looks like Hood's here.
Huh?
Hood's here, though.
Yeah. Hood's back. Looks a little tired these days. He's not sleeping quite as much.
That is the truth.
Yeah. His voice is hoarse.
I almost brought him to your house last night.
I dropped him off.
Just drop him off.
All right. Well, yeah, what a difference a week makes. It's actually one of our better Wednesdays, man. I was just telling the team, really good practice. So just a lot of good focus. I thought the guys had really good energy, and we're locked in. I mean, we had a few guys I'd say probably had their best practice, and so it was just good, just fun to see them locked in and dialed in, getting excited to play, getting the plan down. So a really good day.
Coach, you think it helps that the bye's coming up and they can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel and try to sprint into it as opposed to what happened last year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, I think the open date comes at a good time for us. I mean, I think they always look forward to the open date, whether it's early or late or whatever. But it's actually worked out good for us this year because, you know, we went like 2.5 weeks straight, like 19 days or something like that, and then we gave them that 1 weekend off, which was big, and then we've been going from this will be 6, I don't know, whatever, 8, 9 weeks straight. These guys have been grinding, so I think it sets up really good for us. The biggest thing is we're healthy. You know, I mean, last year going to open day we weren't. We had a few. We weren't 100% healthy. But we're just in a better place, I think, mentally and physically, and you know, so hopefully we'll be able to just play well. That's what I want to see us do. Just play well. We got a big challenge with this bunch, especially up there at their place. And they're all excited about playing, and that's really what they're focused on. But we'll come back. We'll have our normal open date type week as far as what we do. The players are always off on Sunday, so it'll be a little different for the staff because the staff will be off on Sunday, and we'll get back going Monday, and we'll practice Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday will be our community service day, so which is kind of a normal week for us. And then next weekend, they'll have that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So much deserved opportunity for them to get a break. A lot of them get a chance to go home, and then we come back and you know, have a good second half of your season.
Got a sit rep on Cornell and Mark.
Yeah, Mark's back. Yeah, he's back. He was just, you know, just team discipline for the game, and he's back and he's had a good week of practice. I think he's responded well, and I didn't have to sit him or anything. It was just, you know, sometimes that's the only way you can get some of these guys' attention. You know, I mean, I can run him forever. He can run all day. But I think he's responded well and he's had a good week. Cornell's situation's still not resolved, so looks like he's going to be out again this week. And then you know, it's just kind of day to day, I guess. But if something changes there, I'll let you know.
How has Trevor looked this week?
Great. He's looked great. He's one of those guys I think might have had his best practice today. He's looked really, really good.
Do you think it's been easier for him because now all the drama's a week past and the injury's kind of in the past?
I don't think there's any question about that. You know, just last week there was a lot going on. You know, just a lot going on. Again, I thought the guys did a good job of focusing when it was practice time, but it was still just a lot of stuff to manage. And you know, we've had a really good week.
Has Ben got enough snaps in this week?
Yeah, he's one of them that's in a better spot. You know, he finds out on Wednesday, hey, you might have to play, and he hasn't taken a snap since August. You know, late August, early September when he broke his finger. And so yeah, he's in a much better place because he's had since last Wednesday now to think about it and to refocus and to be in the meetings. And now he's gotten from the very beginning of the week. You know, he's gotten all the reps and you know, just he's much more engaged. We're in a better place just across the board, obviously, than we were this time last week.
Will the plan still be to run Hunter out there?
Yeah, Hunter. I'm not afraid to play Ben. You know, Ben functionally he's a good quarterback. I mean, he's been in all the meetings from the fall and all that. So, you know, he can go out there and execute what we need to do. And then Hunter's had a good week too. We've been able to have a full week working him, and then I've even taken Will Spires. You know, Will Spires is a quarterback in high school, really good quarterback, and probably, to be honest with you, throws the ball about as good as any of them out there. He can flat out rip it. So he's a guy that I'll probably just leave there. He don't have anything else to do to play Fortnite anyway. And punters give him something else to do with his time instead of going down there and playing ping pong. And so he could be a real functional guy for us as a backup. He's got a couple years left, and it doesn't affect him from a punting standpoint, but just keeps him engaged in something else. But so. Yeah, man, we got we're in a lot better spot than we were this time last week.
How about Trayvon? How did he do in practice this week?
Trayvon has had a better day today. Today was probably his best day as far as his progression of getting back on the field. So feeling better about him.
Sean Pollard came into interviews the other day in a walking boots. He okay,
Yeah,
and Tremaine, both of those guys.
No, Sean loves that stuff. He loves that. He'd come over every day in a walking boot if he'd let him. He's good. He's practiced all week and has had a good week of practice as well.
Coach, you had some drops, maybe 4 or 5 dropped interceptions in the first few games, and then AJ came up with that big one on Saturday. How good was that, just to kind of get that monkey off their back?
Yeah, it was big. I mean, obviously we played 3 triple option teams, so it's not like we've had a lot of opportunity to get a bunch of picks, but we have had some, especially in the A&M game. We probably should have had at least 2, maybe 3. But we, it was good. I think there'll be more coming. The guys are doing a better job of positioning, and even the other day, I mean, Nolan got beat on the one play on the vertical, but he's where he's supposed to be, And if you're where you're supposed to be, then those things will happen. But it's when you miss a line, you have your eyes on the wrong things, and you bust, and you give up uncontested plays. Those are the things that frustrate you as a coach. But if we can continue to, make competitive plays, some of those balls will turn. We'll get some of those tips. We'll make some more plays like AJ did, and be where we need to be, I think, by the end of the year.
What's your assessment of Overton right now?
He's good. He didn't play last week. Jeff didn't get him in the game, but he's had a good year. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's a really talented player. We've just got a lot of competition there. T is kind of separated, and Justin Ross has kind of warranted a little bit more playing time, but DeAndre's, he's had a good start to this season, and we're going to need him.
With Cornell being out, do you plan on running Lynn J and/or Darion out there at DK on kick returns?
Yep, be one of them. We might not make a decision until game day. But yeah, those guys all have an opportunity. Hopefully, they only get one. That's my hope.
317 defensive snaps. 2 holding. Was it 2?
Yeah. You on Mark Packer's show on Thursday? He's been tracking this for me, and I declined one. One of them was declined. Yeah, man. I don't know. Hopefully that, like the interceptions, that'll eventually will catch up to some normalcy there. But yeah, we haven't had many of those. We've had some,
right.
But we haven't had many go the other way.
Dabo, I know back in the day, Clemson always had those nightmarish games at Wake Forest, but since you became the head coach, it's been eliminated. You guys are winning by like an average of 22 points per game up there in Winston-Salem. What changed? What perspective changed where you guys don't worry about that stuff anymore?
Just our culture. I mean, just every game's the biggest game of the year. Every game. I mean, we respect every opponent. Everybody can beat. There's nobody we play that can't beat us. We just try to make it about us and not worry about who we play or where we play or any of that stuff. Just we play to a standard, and that's our culture. And then we move on. If we have a big win, all right, we're right back at it. We don't sit around and dwell on it. We're right back on Monday. And if we have a tough loss, maybe we played bad, maybe somebody just beat us, whatever, same thing. Let's own it. Let's learn from it. Let's move on and go get the next one. So that's just that's why we've been so consistent. And just good players buying into that.
Coach, when Hunter Renfrow made that acrobatic catch on 3rd and 8, we've seen him make those types of catches so many times, but how you had a couple drops before that point, or Chase Bryce did, a couple of his receivers. How important is it to have a guy like Hunter, sure-handed, reliable, when you're breaking in a couple of new quarterbacks?
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could get a 6th year out of him. I mean, he's just a football player. I mean, he's just so dependable, so reliable, always has been. I mean, he's that guy when he drops one, everybody just goes, holy cow, he's human, I mean, he's just that consistent. I mean, it's amazing. And some of the plays he makes, you'd never expect him to make. I mean, that was just an incredible. I mean, look, he just like a kangaroo, man, just bouncing and turning and catching the ball. He's something. I mean, he just has such incredible ball skills and tracks the ball so well and plays longer than he is, you know. So I mean, even though he gets matched up on some guys and they might be in phase with him, his ability to attack the ball and wherever it is, you know, is one of the reasons he's a special player. He's something.
Coach Wayne Gallman averaging about 169 over the last 3 games. Can you talk about
Wayne Gallman?
Oh, excuse me.
Dang.
Oh, man, he's having a great
Wayne Gallman, man.
NFL.
I'm thinking number 9,
I was like,
Travis
man, I
Etienne.
missed that.
Travis Etienne, my bad. I'm thinking number 9. Travis Etienne's averaging
He
169
runs like
yards over the
on
last
Wayne
3
Gallman
games.
a lot. He's got that violence to him like Wayne. Wayne liked to punish people, and Travis got a little bit more of a gear than Wayne did, but they're similar in some ways. But I'm proud of him. I mean, he's what I thought he would be, you know, based on the off season that he had, how he's developed physically, and then just the experience to draw him from last year. I mean, he's a weapon. I mean, he's just hard to tackle, and even when you have him tackled, he somehow breaks tackles. You know, he just low to the ground, and he just has that rare combination of power and speed. So it's been a lot of fun to see him, you know, just mature right before our eyes, and he's just a true sophomore, you know. So he's pretty special. You give him, if he touches the ball enough, something good's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. And sometimes he don't always go where he's supposed to go, but he's one of them guys that you know, like no, go. You know, he's got that in him. So I'm proud of him. He's still getting better. You know, it's like I tell him, I want him to pass protect like he runs the ball. You know, with that same type of attack mindset, and run his routes and catch the ball the way he runs the ball. So he's still growing and developing, but he loves it. He loves to be coached. He practices hard. He's just you just can count on him. He's very consistent in his attitude, his work ethic, and just a grinder, very low maintenance guy.
Go ahead. I imagine Amari's eager for an opportunity to get back on the field after the tough time he had in the punt return game.
Yeah, he's a competitor. He's a great player, and he had a bad game. He's had a tough game, so he's anxious to get back out there.
Just curious what you said to him on the sideline there after the fumble.
Hey, man, I just talked to him a little bit about his technique right there, but then I just said, hey, look, we got to move the next play. All right, it's over. And you're too good a player. Nobody wants to fumble the ball. You know, he's been one of the most consistent guys we've had around here, and you know, you just got to move on. You can't let one mistake lead to 3 more. And I didn't think he pushed through like he needed to Saturday. You know, he had another drop. He had a drop on the little swing pass, and thought he had a chance on a deep ball. The guy kind of had his arm a little bit, but he didn't really fight. He tried to one-hand it. You know, so but he still did some good things, and he's just a very competitive player, very conscientious. But he just had one of those days, you know, and you bounce back from it, and that's what I expect him to do Saturday.
Good part of his issue have been that those were some of the highest punts anybody had ever seen.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, we put him on the jug machine and shot him straight in the air, you know, like an infielder in baseball. So you know, he just got a little aggressive. You know, what goes up comes down.
Sure.
So you just got to have the right foundation and the right positioning and just little eyes and trust your fair catch. You know, trust the fair catch, and know that you're protected. You know, and just lock in little eyes and not see anything else because you know you get a fair catch when you get a punt, like a couple of those that he had the other day. We've seen a couple good punters, I'll tell you that. We've seen some.
You always get good punters.
A&M, that guy from A&M hit one like 80.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Georgia Tech. He's on the. Hopefully we can get through some average ones or something. We've seen some dang All-Americans, I think.
After the week Chase had last week, how's he looked in practice, and what have you seen different about him?
Just swagger. You know, he's just got a little different skip in his step. You know, and I think he got a girlfriend. I think he got a girlfriend this week. I think that happened.
Was that result of the game?
I mean, I think he's famous. I asked him what it felt like to be famous now, and Streeter said, "Yeah, well, since then he's already got a girlfriend." So things are looking up for old Chase Bryce for sure. So Chase is always the same, but he's had a little skip in his step all week. So it's been good to see.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
All right.